Try these 20 positions to have the best sex of your life. If there's even a small part of you that thinks ouch during sex, it's time to change how you do things in the bedroom. Sex should never hurt unless you want it to. Even if a position worked with a previous partner, it might not work with the next one. When it comes to sex, we have to deal with different sizes, different ways to do things, and changing bodies and tastes. How to fix it? Our sex positions have been improved for comfort and pleasure. All you have to do is talk and make things smooth. These positions will make you feel better. Sizzling missionary. Let go of any old memories of when you were young and all you knew about sex was the up and down and in and out. Instead, make small changes to the classic missionary and make it a new experience for vaginal or anal penetration. Instead of widening your legs for P and V or dildo and V sex, have your partner's legs cross over yours so you can touch each other's genitalia. The extra feeling can make you feel more aroused and make you wetter, which makes the experience more fun. It also limits how far they can dig, which can help keep them from hurting themselves. Putting a pillow under the hips makes it easier and more comfortable to get to the entry point and the prostate during P and A or dildo and P sex. Taking a nap on a pillow. Lay on a pillow and put your pelvis on it to give yourself more support. Bend your knees so that you can lift your pelvis and spread your legs enough to let the baby come in through the mouth or the birth canal. Not only can you change the depth with this position, but you also have a pillow under the sweet spot to rub your clutch or penis on. Riding off into the horizon. Take charge and rise to the top. This position is great for getting close because you can kiss and look into each other's eyes. As far as comfort goes, you decide the pace and depth of penetration, so rock your pelvis back and forth or up and down as it feels good. Lean forward or back to make room for an oral or vaginal entry, and if you need to, use your hands for support. Lean toward me. You might think it takes a lot of strength to stand sex, but it doesn't. All you need is something to lean against, like a table or wall. Face each other, hook your leg around theirs for support, bring your genitalia together, and find a comfortable rhythm. If you can find a good angle to penetrate, go for it. If not, the grinding of your genitalia as gently as you want can be just as erotic and even make you want to do an O. Side cuddle. Lying on your side gives you a comfortable starting point that lets you either face each other for vaginal penetration or spoon for vaginal or anal. If you are facing each other, reach down and gently move their strap-on or peen to get the right angle and thrust. When spooning for back entry, use your buttocks to control the depth and speed so that it feels good for both of you. Use your hand as a buffer between you and your partner to help keep the depth within your comfort zone. The pair. The pair can be used for any kind of penetration or self-pleasure or a delicious mix of both. Plus, you can see everything that's going on. The person on the receiving end lies on their back with their legs spread out so that the person on the giving end can kneel between them. You two are the only ones who can decide where to go from there. If you want to enter your partner's vaginal or anal space with your penis, fingers, or a toy, you'll need to move your pelvis and find your rhythm. It's easy to get a clutch, nip, or dick stem. This position is great for mutual masturbation and erogenous play if you don't want to go all the way in. The bunny. Have your partner kneel on the floor or bed, and then sit on their lap while facing away. Imagine spooning on your knees. With just a tilt of the pelvis, you can get V or A penetration with depth that you can control. Use a vibrator on your clitor or penis at the same time to increase pleasure. Or, you can skip the penetration and just enjoy the dry, humpy ride and toy play. The strike. If you've tried everything and you're still hurting, especially when you get penetrated, it's time to stop getting penetrated for a while. Don't worry, because now is a great time to try out 69. Just lie on your back and have your partner get on top of you so that your mouth is facing theirs. Once you're in place, use your lips, tongue, fingers, and hands to get the most out of this double dose of oral. P.S. You're only a tongue or fingertip away from B-Town, so switch things up if you both like rimming or butt play. Just don't go from the back to the front without first cleaning up. Positions to make your game last longer. Want a position that will make you feel good for a long time, or just want to make your pleasure last as long as possible? Here are 3 ways to keep playing for longer. Lazy doggy. Lay flat on your front, and have your partner lie on top of you with their elbows on the bed at your sides for support. If penetration is on the menu, tilt your pelvis as needed for a shallow A or V entry. The tight fit will feel great, but the shallow depth and comfortable position will help you both last. No penetration. No problem. Slide a vibrator under your pelvis to stimulate it while your partner rubs you between your butt cheeks. 2-person table. Stand in front of a table and bend over. Your partner should stand close behind you. Put your weight on the table and lift your hips until their genitalia touches yours. Keeping your legs together, reach back with one hand to guide their penis or strap-on into your V or A, but only as far as is comfortable. Tell them to stand still while you move back and forth in a good rhythm. Easy glider. Have your partner sit in a stable chair and ride or glide on your lap. In other words, move down onto their penis or dildo to get into your V or A and ride. Or, put your private parts on theirs and glide as much as you want. Positions for giving and getting oral sex. Oral sex is always fun, but if you find penetration painful, it can save your pleasure. Here are some moves for both the giver and the receiver. The cushion. It doesn't matter what the receiver sits on as long as they can sit back and relax while the giver kneels at their feet. This position lets the giver get down on their partner and reach down for some fun with their hands or a toy. The seated receiver is also in a great place to do some erogenous self-love with their hands or a toy. Awkwardly 69. Like its name says, the 69 is done while lying on your sides. Raise a leg as needed to get to each other's genitalia and lick, kiss, and suckle as much as you want. Flat line. The person getting the oral lies on their back with their legs closed. The person giving the oral sits on the end of the person's legs and leans over to give the oral. The person on the receiving end gets to enjoy being kissed, while the person on the giving end gets to rub and slide their genitalia over their partner's closed legs. If the straddler has a peen or strap, they can put it between their partner's legs to make a hump. Positions that are best for partners with a vulva and a vagina. These positions are all pleasure and no pain for partners who have a vulva and a vagina. Every 4. Both partners get down on all fours, one behind the other, so that the person in the back can do oral. This position can also be used to the rim. Missionary. This old favorite lets you do everything. Perfect for a humpathon that can lead to penetration, but doesn't have to. For penetration, the person being penetrated lies on their back with their legs spread so that their partner can use a strap-on or handheld toy to get inside them. The depth of penetration for your comfort is set by the spread. Make the most of all that face time by making out. Let's embrace. If you want to get closer to your partner, have them sit with their legs crossed and then sit on their lap and wrap your legs around theirs. Kiss each other and touch your hot spots while looking at each other. Positions that are best for partners with a penis. If your partner has a penis, these 3 positions let you get the ooze without the ouch. Spooning. Spooning lets the receiver feel like he or she is being held and also gives them control over the depth. Keep your legs close together to stop going too deep. Spread out a little more to give the giver more access. Keep making changes as needed to stay comfortable. Missionary. This is a more dominant position for the giver, but being face to face makes it easier to talk. Which can make all the difference if the receiver is afraid of pain. Lay on your back and spread your legs apart enough so that your partner can get on top of you. Hold their hips to help them find the right depth and speed. 2 trombones. This version of the 69 lets you cheat off each other and give or get a new set of wheels. One person lays on his or her back. The other person gets on top, puts their butt or genitalia over the face of their partner, and dives in. Tried all of them? Use these advanced moves to improve your game. Now that you know how to get into the sheet twisting, pain-free sex positions, try these moves to step up your game. Lube is like a boss. There are only a few sex positions where lube can help a lot. And lube is your best friend when it comes to making the pain less likely. Use it to break through any kind of defense, and use a lot of it. Use even more to get your naked, dry hump on, because it will make it super slippery. Extra pointers. If you're using a latex barrier method, you can't use lubes with oil in them. Silicone lube can make a silicone sex toy degrade and lead to painful play. Lubes that warm or cool the nips or balls can be used for sensation play. App-controlled toys can be fun. Toys you can control with an app or a remote are just as fun to play with in person as they are from afar. Use one on each other in turns, or get two and use them together. You can mix things up by putting them in some of the above places, or you can make them the main course. Try delayed orgasm with your hand or a toy. Delayed orgasm, also called edging, is when you or your partner get close to orgasm but don't go through with it, at least not for a while. Why? For starters, the trip to the big O feels good. And when you get to the climax, it will be exciting. To do this, you can stop stimulating right before you want to orgasm and start again after the urge has passed. You can also switch to a different sex act or stimulate a different body part every time you're getting close to the climax. Just remember that everyone will have a better time if there is good communication, agreement, and clear boundaries. In conclusion, sex shouldn't be painful. It doesn't have to be if people can talk to each other well, are willing to try new things, and have the right tools.